Hello everyone, thank you guys for tuning in to another video. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. In this video, I want to talk about a topic I've brought up multiple times now. That is the rumored Final Fantasy IX remake. Now, it kind of sucks to talk about this because I am at the point where I don't think it's happening. And it's kind of a bummer to come to that realization, but when I think about everything that's going on with Square Enix and just going on in the industry, I don't really know when or what would make sense for them at this point. I mean, we know Square Enix wrote off $100 million plus worth of games. Now, it would make sense to assume Final Fantasy IX Remake wouldn't be included in that, because why would it? Like, that is a title that could definitely do well for them. That is something that's an easy moneymaker, in my opinion. It was also rumored multiple times that the Final Fantasy IX remake was on the same scale as the Crisis Core Reunion remake, which was like a remaster, but also a remake from the ground up. Like, it did not change the game drastically. If you play the PSP version of Crisis Core and Crisis Core Reunion, it's literally identical, except Crisis Core Reunion was remade in Unreal Engine 4 and had new voice actors as well. So it's likely that's still pretty costly, but not as much as full-on game development. So Square Enix would have made money from that. Then it was rumored that Final Fantasy IX Remake would not be turn-based, and then it would be turn-based, and it would stay true to the original. So it seems like the scope of the remake was not incredibly grandiose. But we also heard directly from Square Enix that if they were to do a remake, it's possible that it would be in two parts. So, yeah, at this point, I just don't think it's happening. I mean, we know from the NVIDIA leak that it was a thing, because we just got Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, which I'd highly recommend you pick up if you haven't already. It is so good. And we've got almost every other game in that leak, and Final Fantasy IX has yet to be seen. It was also rumored a little bit ago that the development of the Final Fantasy IX remake has either been paused or canceled, and nobody really knows. My thing is, aside from all that, if we take a look at Square Enix's current pipeline and release window, it is filled with some remakes. We've obviously gotten the Dragon Quest 1 through 3 HD 2D remakes, which remade Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. We are getting Dragon Quest 7 remade, which is another big one. And then we have the continuous Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, which that is a bit unique too, because we do know that it's very possible we see Part 3 sooner rather than later, judging on what's been said by Square Enix. So, with all these remakes kind of floating around that Square Enix has coming out with no new IP or new entries in some series, I think a Final Fantasy VII remake can exist and release in the pipeline and be fine. I just don't know when. When would they release this remake? Would we see it in 2027? Would we see it end of 2026? If it even exists? I mean, the thing is, especially looking at the 25th anniversary stuff, like, a lot of that definitely seemed aimed at a game announcement. It seemed like the shell of what would have been a game announcement tied to it. I mean, there was a lot going on with that they created, and they didn't do anything like that for other bigger anniversary dates for Final Fantasy games, unless there was something tied to it, right? And yeah, it definitely seemed like, seeing all the Final Fantasy IX 25th anniversary stuff roll out, it just seemed like something was missing from that. And I don't know what is holding up this remake, if it does exist. It just seems like at this point, maybe something is not happening, or being reworked, or shelved, or who knows. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.